Welcome to Part of My Imagination. I'm Imagination and you're the Imaginers. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jasmine and welcome back if this is your second or third or however many times you've clicked on my channel. Welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about all the rereads that I want to do in 2023. This does not include all the rereads. These are just 5 rereads that I want to focus in on for 2023 because either I need to get to other books in the series that I really want to get to, or I just want to feel good and read books that I love, So let's just go ahead and get into this list. All right, the first book that I want to reread is The Space Between Worlds, and that's by Micaiah Johnson. If you don't know what this book is about, oh my god, this book is fabulous. And actually, this book is something that I need to make my boyfriend read, so maybe we can read this together. It'll be a reread for me. But this basically is following a multiverse travel. It's finally possible, but there's just one catch. No one can visit a world where their counterpart is still alive. Enter Kara, whose parallel selves happen to be exponentially good at dying from disease, turf wars, or vendettas they couldn't outrun. Kara's life has been cut short on 372 worlds in total. On this utopian Earth, however, Kara has survived. Identified as an outlier and therefore a perfect candidate for multiverse travel, Kara is plucked from the dirt of the wastelands. Now what once made her marginalized has finally become an unexpected source of power. She has a nice apartment on the lower levels of the wealthy and well-off Willy City. She works and shamelessly flirts with her enticing yet aloof handler, Dell, as the two women collect off-world data for the Eldridge Institute. She even occasionally leaves the city to visit her family in the Waste, though she struggles to feel at home in either place. So long as she can keep her head down and avoid trouble, Kara is on a sure path to citizenship and security. But trouble finds Kara when one of her 8 remaining doppelgangers dies under mysterious circumstances, plucking her into a new world with the old secret. What she discovers will connect her past and her future in ways she never could have imagined, and reveal her own role in a plot that endangers not just her world, but the entire multiverse. I love this book so much. It was phenomenal. And they need to make this a movie. Is this a movie yet? Do you think it's a movie? I love this so much. It's dealing with multiverse, which is also another reason why I think me and my boyfriend should read it together, because we always are talking about like time travel and stuff. So this would fit right in. The next book that I have is Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. I'm not saying her name right, and I'm so sorry. Okorafor. Okorafor. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get it right. But I've only read the first book in this bind up, and I just needed it. So I read the first one. I read the first book. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish them all. But I read it a long time ago. But all I know is that this is dealing with a university that's dealing with numbers, and she goes to this university and they're trying to talk to aliens, and it's all crazy, okay? But it's just everything that I freaking needed in a world, So it says a young Himba girl with the chance of a lifetime to attend the prestigious Omaza University. Despite her family's concern, Binti's talent for mathematics and her aptitude with labels make her a prime candidate to undertake this interstellar journey. But everything changes when the jellyfish-like Medusae attack Binti's spaceship, leaving her the only survivor. Now Binti must fend for herself, alone with the ship full of the beings who murdered her crew, with 5 days until she reaches her destination. There is more to the story of the Medusae than first meets the eye. If Binti is to survive this voyage and save the inhabitants of the unsuspecting planet that houses Amuza Uni, it will take all of her knowledge and talents to break her the peace. But even if Binti achieves their remarkable feat, it's not the end of her story, for this lone Himba woman, now bonded with a Medusae, and forever changed by their bond, still must find a way to survive and thrive on a Uzuma University amid swirling interspecies biases, and eventually she must return home to test the strength of the fragile peace she worked so hard to win. Everything I need to know. Love it. And it's the representation of black girls knowing math. Like, love that. for all of us. Alright, the next book on this list that I have is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. I actually love this book, and it's so crazy because this book is also dealing with time travel. So it's crazy that I picked time traveling books. The only one that I didn't pick that's time travel is Binti, but Binti also has to do with more sciencey side. So I'm obviously in a sciencey type of mood. But this is basically about a magician who time travels, and she has to steal this book to go ahead and help the order. I read this book already. Again, I think I read it in 2020, so I don't remember a lot of it. I remember the gist of it, but I don't remember most of it. But I do want to continue on in the series. I do own the entire trilogy, so in order to do that, I have to go ahead and reread this one. I do remember I enjoyed it. I believe I gave it 4.5 stars. I liked it, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and pick it up. All right, the next book that I have on my list is The Star Touch Queen by Roshani. Koshni. Me and my boyfriend argued about this last name, and then I was right. He can't hear me because he's playing video games. But anyways, yeah, I love this book, and I don't understand why more people are not talking about this book, and the romance in it and just everything about this book is perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and just, read you this synopsis, okay? Maya is cursed. When a horoscope that promises a marriage to death and destruction, she has earned only the scorn and fear of her father's kingdom. While Maya is content to follow more scholarly pursuits, her whole world is torn apart when her father, the Raja, arranges a wedding of political convenience to quell outside rebellions. Soon, Maya becomes the queen of Akaran, and wife of Amir. Neither roles are what she expected. As Okorafor's queen, she finds her voice and power. As Amir's wife, she finds something else entirely: compassion, protection, desire. But Okorafor has its own secrets. Akaran. I think I'm saying that wrong. Thousands of locked doors, gardens of glass, and a tree that bears memories instead of fruit. Soon Maya suspects her life is in danger. Yet who beside her husband can she trust? With the fate of the human and otherworldly realms changing the balance, Maya must unravel an ancient mystery that spans in reincarnated lives to save those she loves the most, including herself. A lush and vivid story that is steeped in Indian folklore and mythology, The Star Touch Queen is a novel that no reader will soon forget. This book was so amazing, and the only issue is that I had tried to read A Crown of Wishes, which is the second book, and then there is a novella, a short story. It is called Star Touch Stories. I tried to go ahead and read the second book of this, but I could not remember enough of it because the time span between it was like 2 or 3 years, and I had kind of forgot. Like, I know the gist of the story, but I had forgot a lot of it. So I just want to go ahead and refresh my memory. And I know that every time I think of this book, I just get a feeling of love and just enjoyment. And I just need to go ahead and pick it up so that you guys can remember to also pick the story up. I know this is one of her first novels, but it is so good. So I'm going to reread it. If you want to reread it with me, let me know. All right. And last but certainly not least, that's for sure, is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. And this book is following... what is this following? It's basically following this girl who is a gypsy. Well, she's not really a gypsy, but she's doing gypsy things. She's a con woman. So I'm just going to go ahead and read it for you because, yeah. Nari has never believed in magic. Certainly, she has power. On the streets of the 18th century Cairo, she's a con woman of unsuppressed talent, but she knows better than anyone that the trade she uses to get by, palm reading czars, and a mysterious gift for healing, are all tricks, both the means to a delightful end of spindling Ottoman nobles and a reliable way to survive. But when Nari accidentally summons Dara, an equally sly, darkly mysterious jinn warrior, to her side during one of her cons, she's forced to reconsider her beliefs. For Dara tells Nari an extraordinary tale across hot, wind-spanned sands teeming with creatures of fire and rivers, where the mystical marred sleep, past ruins of once magnificent human mythology or metropolises, and mountains where the circling birds of the prey are more than what they seem. So basically, she does some gypsy shit, and then she, says some actually gypsy words and unlocks this djinn. And because she unlocks this djinn, she is tied to him, and he has some pent up history and anger. And they follow this quest to go to the city where the history for him is unraveled. And some other things ravel. But I really want to continue on in this trilogy. I own all 3 of the books. I really want to finish on. I really love this book. I just need to go ahead and finish it so I can get to the next one. You feel me? So, like I said, so somehow, some way. Okay, these are the books that I am focusing on as far as my rereads for the year. These are the books that I want to go ahead and reread for the year. And like I said, something's going on with interdimension, and because, let's be honest, this is definitely a type of interdimension. If you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know. This one, also interdimension, or different dimensions, different places, right? Love it. Different dimension. Time travel. Or not time travel, but intergalactic travel. Time travel. Intergalactic travel. Different universes. So it's just something about time travel is giving me what I need. And again, it's probably my boyfriend's fault, because he's the one that forced me to read. I mean, not read, but what am I trying to say? I'm trying to blame my boyfriend for something, but I'm not doing very good at it, you know? Either way, we've been talking about time travel a lot lately and universes, so that's probably what's like sparked my reason of why I picked these. But it was all subconscious. Those are all the books that I want to reread for 2023. So, if you want a buddy read, let me know. Hit me up. And yeah, that is all that I have for you guys today. Be sure to check my description where you can find easy ways to contact me, as well as all the series that I talked about. If you liked this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if not, just imagine how you did and come back again. Until next time, keep imagining.